What you what we say it? What's up, Legacy Crew? It is us. We are back again with another video. And today we're going to be talking about
online dating.
That's right. We're talking about online dating. So as you guys know, we met online, and the platform that we met on was Christian Mingle. And we want to help you guys by giving you 5 tips that you can use as you start your online dating process. You don't have to be afraid to go online to find your mate. It worked very well for us. So we're gonna let Chaz go ahead and get into the first tip.
Yes. So the first tip that we want to give you is know what your deal breakers are. So whether that's someone that doesn't smoke, someone that doesn't drink, maybe it's someone that has kids, or maybe it's someone that you want of the same faith. Knowing those things before you get into a relationship is so important, whether it's online or whether it's just dating in person. You want to know what those things are to guard your heart and the other person.
That's very true. You're going to guard your heart and guard theirs. One of the things that Chaz even mentioned to me, that she was starting her dating journey, that's the best advice that someone had given her, was to know your deal breakers, and even just write them down if you need to on a piece of paper, just so that you can eliminate, you know, whatever may come your way. So we're gonna go ahead and get into numero dos. And number 2 is profile pictures. And we know that the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And a picture can really tell a lot of things to the individual that could be potentially interested in you. So you want to make sure that when you are using a picture, you just don't show your face. You're not just showing your beautiful smile. Maybe you have some pretty hazel eyes that you want to showcase, or you want to show your abs, you know, but also showcase lifestyle images. If you like golfing, if you like baseball, because that can also create conversation when, you know, conversation may, you know, slow down a little bit. You have something that you can fall back on by saying, hey, I noticed that, you know, you have a microphone. Do you speak? Do you sing? Are you a poet? And you can just really get into some really good conversation and show someone that you're really interested in them based on the pictures that they showed you.
Do you remember what one of mine was?
Yes. I can't forget the most famous marathon picture that Chaz put up, and it was really intriguing. And I was like, man, this girl runs, and I don't run. I run to the kitchen, and I'll run to the Taco Bell. You know, because I did not have the physique to run anywhere. But she had a picture of a marathon that she had run. So on to number 3.
So we got our deal breakers in place. We got our profile picture or pictures in place, depending on the platform, depending on how many that you're able to upload. Now is on to the content of your profile. Number 3 is the content of your profile. That is so important, to take the time to write a very thorough profile of who you are. And if you have to ask your, you know, a close friend, family member that knows you best to help you with that, because sometimes it can be really hard to talk about yourself and to, you know, this is who I am and this is what I like and this is what I'm really good at or whatever, to take the time to write that, and also if there's, you know, bonus questions or bonus tests that you can take, do that. So for example, like Christian Mingle, there was extra questions that we had the option to fill out, and so one of the questions was, what's a typical first date look like for you? What is your favorite Bible verse? It really gives, you know, the people who are looking at your profiles a good, you know, understanding of who you are. So why would you not take the time to do that? And you can totally tell who is on there to who just, you know, wants a
yeah,
fling,
want nothing.
you know.
They want the hootenanny is what they want.
But who are, you know, just kind of casual at dating, and who are on there and who are serious about finding a spouse.
Yes.
So,
yes.
and that's something that I just remember very distinctively when I read Devin's profile, is he put a lot of time and energy into it.
Whole lot of time.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't come into play. I was looking for someone that I could spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
So online dating is about intentionality for some people and for some platforms. So you have to define why you're looking for a mate online.
Yeah.
But we're talking to the ones who are wanting to be very intentional about their online dating process.
Yeah.
On to numero 4. And that is actually messaging. We talked about the content. We discussed the profile picture, the deal breakers. Now it's on to the messaging. You know, responding to an individual that wrote to you, and you really want to create a foundation of communication. That's vitally important to your relationship and to whoever you're conversing with, because going down the road in your relationship, if the foundation of communication has not been set, what can then happen is you're upset, you're frustrated because your mate isn't communicating with you. And if we were to look and trace back to your initial communication, we see that there's no depth, everything's shallow. The only thing that you guys are living off of is just the fact that you are attracted to one another. But you cannot mentally stimulate an individual with the conversation, whether it's about politics, whether it's about life goals, whether it's about, hey, I don't like when you do this, or hey, I like when you do that. You know, it can just cause problems that we don't want you to have. So that's something that Chaz and I, we really took to heart. We communicated, even though we were long distance, so communication was a very important piece for us. But at the same time, we spent 2 weeks on the Christian Mingle platform writing back and forth to one another and establishing that level of communication, so that we know a lot about one another.
And and asking, you know, really intentional questions of like, you know, we talked a lot about our days, like what we had going on, or events or whatever. And so you really get to know who a person is simply by like what they tell you, what they're up to. Are they just, you know, are they
playing video games?
Yeah, playing video games. Or for Devin, you know, he was hanging out with youth, a part of his youth ministry. I was, you know, hanging out with my girlfriends, or you know, planning kids church, because at the time I was really involved with my church in the kids ministry. So asking those intentional questions. And lastly, number 5. This is really important.
Very important.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You listening? Put your ear to the speaker so you can hear this. Be you. There is nothing more special and unique, or more attractive than someone who behaves, or not behaves, but who are themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot see myself falling in love with Chaz, with a fake Chaz. And we live in a society where people are getting catfished left and right. But if your messaging's good and if your description's good, you can weed out all of that mess, and you can see it and know and discern who's real and who's not. So, and you know, I have to dig into my motivational bag, because God created a unique you. So you would do God a disservice, you would do yourself a disservice, and the individual that you're talking to a disservice, because you are struggling to be yourself. And I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for your relationship, because it can just cause so many problems. Aside from communication, it's like, I don't even know who you are anymore, because online you were this person, but in person you just controlling, manipulative, you just mean, you're angry, you're stubborn, and all and everything in between. So be you, guys.
And if you have not subscribed to our channel, subscribe to
Go
our
ahead
channel.
and hit that subscribe
if
button.
you guys have specific questions about online dating, we welcome that. I mean, these are just, you know, 5 tips that we wanted to give you to jumpstart online dating. But if you have very specific questions, we welcome those at any time. Put those in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that notification button to know when we upload 3 times a week for our videos. So thanks so much for watching, guys.
We love you. See you in the next video, and have a great online dating journey.
Yes.
Peace, peace.